long this will take to put together the financial plan, and then all the other phases that comes after that.
The new prison will be built in phases. The law sets aside $5 million a year to cover a lease-back deal with a contractor that would front the construction costs. But aside from money, there's the issue of manpower. The design of the new prison would consolidate housing units and be more efficient. It would also require 44% less manpower.
Under our current facility structure design, it's manpower heavy. It requires a lot of officers to run it. And you know, and I've said it before, if we were to run this prison the way the policy requires us to run it, we would need over 350 officers.
Currently, DOC barely has half that amount of officers, but are working to hire at least 19.
Hopefully within the next few weeks we can bring them on board and start our academy. In the last 2 years or so, we've hired quite a few number of officers. Unfortunately, some officers have retired. We've lost quite a few, several to retirement, and some have resigned or went to other, went active duty or transferred to another law enforcement agency, including the Guam Police Department and the Navy Police.
The Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center reports that about 5 out of 7 residents have successfully gone through their detox program, which was developed to combat the decades-long drug abuse epidemic. KUAM's Isaiah Uggan has this report.
Level 3.7 Withdrawal Management Unit, or the Detox Unit, opened up in late July and aims to help individuals who suffer from the effects of drugs and alcohol abuse. In an interview with KUAM News, Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center Director Therese Areola says the program remains steady.
And I'm happy to report that it is slowly but surely being used. As of today, and I believe we opened it up in late July, early August, we've had so far a total of 5 individuals who've gone through the detox unit. Currently, we have, if I'm not mistaken, the last census was this weekend that was sent to me. I believe we have 2 in the detox unit. But so far, a total of 5 have gone through the service. And so it's doing what it needs to do. And we're very happy that it's another array of services, part of fighting this uphill battle of addiction and really helping our residents of Guam have a fighting chance to get into a healthier lifestyle.
Areola noted that there is no waiting list for the program. She says for those who may be seeking this treatment, they need to visit the department in person.
And then you go through an intake screening. You will be then processed and transferred, referred, and given an appointment for new beginnings and detox or drug and alcohol assessment. And then it's in that assessment that will determine what level of care that you need as a person who is taking a substance abuse.
The detox unit has 8 bedrooms, which will allow 2 patients in each room. The program will be able to treat at least 16 individuals at a time. Reporting for Guam Zeus Network, Guahusi Isaiah Uggan.
A pregnant mother on Guam deciding to move to Saipan in the Northern Marianas Islands for a safer birth and better circumstances under the COVID-19 pandemic. Our regional correspondent, Tomas Manglona, reports.
For the past 10 years, Muñeca de Oro has been traveling between her home in Guam and the Northern Marianas, visiting family and friends. She planned to move to the NMI in a few years, but things changed when the pandemic hit.
And the COVID situation on Guam really accelerated my move to the CNMI. I definitely planned on moving here in 2022, but I'm currently 8 months pregnant.
The anxiety amid a third wave of COVID-19 on Guam was overwhelming.
And so much of my family and friends were contracting the virus, and I also had a friend lose her life to the virus, and this was just in late August, and that really mentally strains me.
So a few weeks ago, she moved with her son and partner to find refuge in Saipan, where there hasn't been community transmission in over 200 days, and a mandatory quarantine for all incoming travelers serves as the island's first defense.
Because their immune systems are suppressed, the virus really impacts pregnant women at a harder rate, and that just really scared me.
Pregnant women face different challenges in this pandemic, and it's two different worlds when it comes to COVID-19 in Guam and in the NMI.
Reading some reports and reading some other things around the vaccination and pregnancy, and also just hearing from my doctor, I knew that it was the best move for me and for the health. I live with my mom who's high risk, and I see my grandmother a lot, so I knew that getting vaccinated was important.
And the opportunity to work remotely has meant a chance to breathe easier and work on projects that connect the region. Meanwhile, she says there are many lessons that need to be learned in this pandemic, as she's heard other expectant mothers face challenges of their own on Guam.
Like, one of the things that I find completely problematic on Guam is the lack of quarantine for travelers. The biggest incidences have always been when there's a military ship that comes in that has COVID, and there's pretty much no restrictions on what on their movement.
Still, with a baby on the way, she remains hopeful that lessons learned will mean more lives can be lived. Tomas Manglotnya for KUAM News on Saipan.
It's National School Lunch Week, and the 36th Guam legislature recognized the hard work the school cooks do, feeding millions of children during school days across the nation. KUAM's Isaiah Uggan has more.
Resolution 191-36 was introduced by Legislative Education Chairperson Senator Talina Nelson, recognizing the Guam Department of Education cafeteria staff, the Food and Nutrition Services Management Division, and the Child Nutrition Program on the celebration of National School Lunch Week 2021. October 10th through the 16th of this year is designated as National School Lunch Week by President Joe Biden, and the first NSLW was observed in 1962 when it was embodied by President John F. Kennedy. Senator Amanda Shelton presented the resolution on behalf of Senator Nelson, commending the Food Service Management Company for exhibiting outstanding performance in accommodating Guam's public school students with food support to prevent hunger during the school closures caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The National School Lunch Program was created to promote the importance of a healthy school lunch in a child's life and the impact it has inside and outside of the classroom, with the NSLP serving healthy meals to approximately 30 million students every school day. During the presentation, Senator Shelton pointed out that the food service workers on the front lines with nurses, doctors, among others, serving nutritionally balanced meals through the GDOE's Grab-and-Go Meal Program to public school students across the island.
When the Guam Department of Education schools were initially shut down because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Food and Nutrition Services Management Division, the Child Nutrition Program, and the cafeteria staff and the Food Service Management Company employees were our frontline heroes as they reported to work and prepared nutritious meals for Guam school students during the summer of 2020. The nutrition staff overcame obstacles such as fear and anxiety, as well as other challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic, and they learned how to acclimate themselves to the expectations beyond their normal operations to meet the demands of the community. And although they faced significant setbacks, they persevered and they carried out their responsibilities and shifted their energy and efforts to ensure that Guam students and the community were fed, as they were a key part of Guam's community response to the pandemic.
About 7 million nutritious packaged meals, including milk and fresh produce, were disseminated to students in the course of 3 months, according to Senator Shelton. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi Isaiah Uggan.
The Society for Human Resources Management is gearing up to host its 2021 annual conference themed Inspire. This is the first time the conference will be held virtually and also the first time they've partnered with the District Court of Guam. According to SHRM's Michael Pangilinan and District Court of Guam Chief Judge Francis Tydenko Gatewood, teaming up makes sense.
It's really kind of really long overdue because really, like I said, there's so much in common between the legal community and the HR professional community in terms of making sure that people have a safe work environment and are in compliance and, just sort of taking care of people, and it's really a natural partnership, but we're very, very thankful that the district court has joined us this year.
I want to echo what Michael Pangilinan said. I think it's long overdue, and it was nice that he asked, it was Michael that asked on behalf of SHRM if we would partner up. And, when we thought about it, I said, yeah, that's a good idea. In fact, we looked up how many cases have been filed that are employee-employer related. And we had, I think, Mike, was it like over 56 in the last 15 years that have been filed somehow related with labor relations?
The annual SHRM conference is scheduled for Friday, October 22nd. The keynote speakers are President and CEO of the SHRM National Organization, Johnny Taylor, and well-known entrepreneur and motivational speaker, often referred to as America's Success Speaker, Maggie Cook. As a precautionary measure, Bayer has voluntarily recalled specific Lotrimin and Tinactin spray products due to the presence of benzene. According to Public Health, the spray products with lot numbers beginning with TNCV or NAA were distributed between September 2018 to September 2021. To date, Bayer has no known reports of adverse events related to this recall. Guam Rexall Drugs and Super Happy Mart confirmed they had the affected products on hand. Guam Rexall Drugs removed 51 of the affected products, while Super Happy Mart removed 1 affected product from store shelves. The Payless Markets Community Foundation has opened their mini grant opportunities to local organizations who aim to improve the quality of life on Guam and address significant gaps in the areas of social services. Foundation President Marie Calvo Benito says they are pleased to be able to provide assistance as organizations navigate through these difficult times. Applications can be found online at paylessfoundation.com. An optional pre-application workshop will be held via a Zoom video presentation on Friday, October 29th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Interested participants can register by emailing foundation@PaylessSmart. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we introduce you to the newest inductee to the Culture Club, and still to come, sports.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
100% truck, 100% Jeep. Experience next-level off-roading on your new Jeep Gladiator, the most capable off-road midsize pickup truck crafted for adventure, equipped with best-in-class towing capacity, legendary 4x4 Jeep capability, and backed by Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Drive home in a 2021 Jeep Gladiator today, starting as low as $315 per paycheck during Jeep Adventure Days. Visit CarsPlusGuam.com to get pre-approved online today. Terms and conditions apply. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Welcome back. For this week's Culture Club, we introduce you to artist Annalie Villagomez from the CNMI.
Culture Club, brought to you by Harlem.
Hello, my name is Annalie Villagomez. I am from Saipan. I'm an artist. I do crafts. I do video editing. I travel. I take information to bring awareness in terms of the Marianas. I try to practice organic habits, and I also see crafts, make necklaces, and it's all local. So initially I have bumped into detoxing NY, and then I realized if you do something different, you have something different in your life, right? So I went to the Northern Islands when I discovered that you could go up there. Just like the detox, stay away from the store, stay away from everything. Then I met these people that actually work with crafts. Like they use spondylus. I didn't know what spondylus was before. And so they introduced me these art. And I didn't know that if I had gone to Agrigan Island after Alamagan didn't have any shells. But I learned that detoxing feels good, right? So I went to the next island as I promised the students. After I came from Alamagan, I saw a lot of students in Saipan, Tinian Rota, in Saipan public schools. I also did one in Guam. Anyway, I told him that once Agrigan is available, occupied, then I'm gonna go. So I think 5 years later, I heard when I was out here, I heard that it was occupied. So I left the States, went back over there and did what I promised. And that's when I started seeing shells being made. Prior to that, I was an artist. I was painting. So from painting, I switched over to making necklaces. Why do I do this? Because one thing I needed to do was, for going up to the Northern Islands, was to tell the world that there is a Northern Island, right? Especially after the military interest. Because what we don't know about, we won't care about, right? It's like I said, I didn't know about spondylus. You know, we used to just paint over it and put decorations on it. We didn't know what that was. And then I didn't really care about what's in north of Saipan, you know, it's just islands. I didn't even know they were volcanic, you know. As a Chamorro from Saipan that speaks Chamorro fluently and around Chamorros, you know, like I should know that at least, you know. So when I found out about it, that's when I said, I need to go up there and get more information. So I did. First time I went up there was for work. Saw the place, heard about it, learned that you can go up there for free with the exchange of a 3-month wait. You know, you got to be there, go there, stay there until the boat comes back again to resupply the employees for the mayor's office. So I did that, came back, told the kids, promised to go to Agrigan, went back, did that, saw the shells, came back, had shells, didn't know what to do with it until someone finally taught me how to use it. Utilize it. So I learned how to use tools and then I fell in love with it, you know. And I realized when I did that, that should help with, you know, bringing awareness about the Northern Islands. That's important so that we cannot just say, oh yeah, go ahead. Let anybody and everybody go up there and do whatever they want, you know. Why would we say that? Because we don't know what's up there. So now I'm telling people what's up there. Second, you want to revive our culture, you know, our language and everything. So you can speak of the Northern Islands and you can do it also by necklaces. Like, hey, this is a necklace from Pagan. Hey, the shells is from Agrigan, you know. So you're like, where's that? And then I don't know, I realized that having done this, it did change my life. Like I said, if your life is boring and you want to change it, do something different. So I did, and I can't believe I did it, but I did it only because I believe in cleansing and detoxing. Like I said, I did research on that initially and it feels good. So every time I work on these things, I don't really think of who's receiving it or how it's being processed. It's the idea of, well, I can use this shell and mix it with this shell from the store or this bead. And I'm like, I feel like it's not really 100% of my work, my passion, when I use someone's art. So when I'm working with these shells, it's really, it means a lot to me, you know, like I really need to not cheat and be like, oh, I can't even mix Agrigan and Pagan together, you know. I just recently did that because I wasn't sure what shells came from where anymore. So I just said, this is made out of the 2 islands, but I usually try to separate Agrigan and separate Pagan, you know, so that the story is easy to say, you know, easy to tell when a person is wearing it. Very passionate about what I do. Like I said, I don't try to mix islands and Saipan and volcanic islands, you know. There's always a story in everything that I do. So I always try to be sure on explaining it. Sometimes I even count the beads, like, oh, there's that amount of numbers, you know. That's my signature.
Culture Club, brought to you by Hanem.
My name is Keith Iglesias. They're always preaching college in school, which is, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I'm always talking to the young men and women in school right now, these kids, and telling them, If you don't have something, look up the trades because there's always going to be construction needed. We have 2 apprentices enrolled with our company right now. Some of my friends that are still in high school, I'm always telling them, look to do something. If I was in high school, I definitely would have chosen this kind of path, but I didn't know at the time.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade.
Ali Ada, one of the captains on the women's Dartmouth rugby team, big win against Mount St. Mary's.
Mount St. Mary's came and they brought us good competition like a bunch of the other teams. I think what went really well for us is we set the tone really early and showed them, how we play and the craft that we're continuously working on, and working the ball out to the best space possible, whether that's out wide or behind or through the gaps in the middle. That was working well for us. And I think what really set the tone for this game was our game changers, our reserve players. They came in and they kept that level up. They kept that level of intensity up, and we were able to come out with a win and a shutout. So that was great.
That was one of the games that you really had circled on your calendar, only because the big contingent of Guam players. After the game, what was that like, just seeing all the friends and families come together?
So the union started way even before the game. Before the game started, I immediately went up and looked for them, and we were, hugging and saying our highs. It continued on the field. Every game we played, we just, kind of gave each other a little dab. And afterwards, the union was really, the reuniting of all their families and friends was really nice. It was a little taste of home, and I think it was a special feeling, and it was a special game for both sides.
In IIAAG girls volleyball, the St. John's Knights improved to 2-0 on the season. The Knights beat the defending champions Academy Cougars in 4 sets, 25-20, 19-25, 25-21, 25-23. Turning over to some soccer, the Father Duenas Friars beat the defending IIAAG boys soccer champions St. John's 2-0 at the GFA field. FD's Daniel Glasscock scored the first goal of the match in the 49th minute of play. Glasscock with the left-footed shot, getting it to go past the Knights keeper. Teammate Bobby Haddock put one through in the 60th minute. The Friars defense did the rest of the work, keeping the ball on the Knights side of the field. FD is 2-0 on the season. Their first win was a huge shutout over Notre Dame, 18-0. Keeping with soccer news, Aria Cruz and Colleen Naden were named captain and vice captain of the Masakata, respectively, by head coach Ross Awa for Guam's monumental return to the AFC Women's Asian Cup tournament after an 18-year hiatus. Carlson Gracie Jr. is on island visiting the academies in Anigua and Jigo. Carlson is a 5th-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's also the head coach of the Carlson Gracie Academy in Chicago, Illinois.
It's great to be here because this is a beautiful place, beautiful island, great people. I'm here supporting my organization, Gaby Baker, and the school here of Cliff and Eagle, so it's kind of new. Much newer than the other one. So I'm here giving support for my organization.
His presence is definitely felt here at the gym. Since his first visit in 2006, the team has grown a whole bunch, so it's great that he gets to meet all of our new students here in Jigo. This is a brand new location we opened up in 2019. So it was great to have him here, bless the academy, and meet all of the new students that we have here.
38 kids and 29 adults are currently enrolled at the Jigo location. Follow Jigo Mafa on Instagram or check out jigomafa.com. You can also email jigomafa@gmail.com or call 788-0440.
What I believe is like the spirit of the fight. Every human being have that. It's just not developed. That's supposed to be the good thing to do because it's a good development of martial arts and, get stronger. And, everybody knows Jiu-Jitsu is a discipline. So it's good for education too, therapeutic treatment, every day. So it's great, So I guess what my grandfather developed many, many years ago. It was a vision that he has, to create a family, which want to do martial arts and live in a good life. So I guess the project he has is become a really good thing for all over the world,
Some people don't really understand when they're around him how big of an impact he's had on jiu-jitsu across the world. So, as the kids here, they may not understand that they got to meet and share the mats with a huge legend in the game and an icon until they get older and do their research a little more. But it was a big morale booster for the team. It gave us, it established us here a little bit more, the credibility on the team. So it was his visit here was much needed for sure.
Make sure to catch all your NFL action right here on the stations of KUAM. Sunday, October 17th on KUAM TV 11, 11:30 p.m. NFL on CBS. Miami Dolphins at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Monday, October 18th on KUAM TV 11. We have a doubleheader for you. 3 in the morning, NFL on CBS. Kansas City Chiefs at the Washington football team. And then at 6:25 in the morning, more NFL on CBS. The Dallas Cowboys at New England Patriots. Switch the channel over to KUAM TV 8 at 10:20 in the morning for some NBC Sunday Night Football. The Seattle Seahawks at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
It's the weekend, everybody, so let's do some happy birthday wishes. All right, let's do this. On Saturday the 16th, Liam Palacios, happy birthday to Liam Carter. Your family says we love you and we're very proud of you. Then on Sunday, Eros Kalumaya, happy birthday to you coming from your family. So, to Liam and Eros, we wish the both of you good health, good fortune, good luck, and a great happy birthday.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. That's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.